Hey guys, I just wanted to check in with y'all. So, just to clear up any confusion, yes, I said I have bed and some food issues, but that's not what you guys see on camera. That's just me eating a family of four's meal. That's not exactly the same as binging off camera. No, there's no proof. No, you'll have to take my word for it because I'm so honest, I think a lot of people will. But I'm just saying, okay? Just saying.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to explain to people how they've misunderstood everything and trying to catch them up with the research that I've done.
Oh, God.
Trust me, it's safer this way. Oh, did I mention I'm on Cameo now?
Oh, God.
$89.99. Fart in a bag. You like short hair? I can have short hair. You like blondes? I can be blonde. Hyper. You're gonna get it. Eurobees and shit. Hello everyone, I'm Steve. Mark's around. Say hi, Mark.
Hey, everybody.
And this is Smokeysteveandmarc. Welcome back, and happy Saturday. It's the weekend. It's earlier in the day. I'm actually having a little bit of coffee, half calf, half regular. So, welcome to Saturday. I hope everyone's well and safe. Look after yourselves and each other. Today we are going to catch up with our fair lady Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, the Daily Chantal, Chantopolis, the Chantal Show, Chantal and Sala, that ASMR thing, his gaming channel. There's Foodie Beauty is where she's at now. So last week we covered the usual gambit of things. We talked a little bit about the kitty, Julia, and how she's taking deliberately poor care of her on camera as a thing of, what are you going to do? You going to call animal control? I'm in Kuwait. You know, you shouldn't get a pet for a prop, but that was last week's business. Bed, B-E-D, and what it stands for. So we learned a little bit about Chantal's unique case of bed. It's a very interesting composite that she puts together when you put all that together. Traveling, about where they could be traveling. Now they've moved 3 times in as many visits as she's made, plus different cars. Something's rotten in the state of Denmark, but more will be revealed, I suppose. More mukbangs. They were off on. Last week we were intermittently throwing some diet boxes in there. Allegedly, according to her, the kind that Sala paid for. It was his hard-earned money to try to buy her food that would support her health. And then either she ordered it without him, or he came to reason of, look, I don't love you so much that $250 isn't worth risking your health to me. So if you really love me, Chantal, really, really love me, you'll go on there, eat yourself half to death, and give me the cash. So, I don't know. So this week we are going to take a look at, again, we're going to revisit bed and discuss the unique reasons why Chantal thinks nobody knows what they're talking about except her. Okay. And I have a history with food issues too, so I have some shared experiences I want to, blow the bullshit through. YouTube has new policies regarding food issues and how it's discussed and in what way it can be discussed. And according to Chantal, it's directed at certain people, not others. Of course, she's not the others. Explaining away everything. And this is where I wanted to touch on HFC, Hungry Fat Chick, and Nikocado Avocado, because they were, well, Nikocado as of the last several years, and Candy Forever, being very large, super morbidly obese people on YouTube who do eat food content. Well, both of those individuals now are looking after their health first, and Chantal basically says they should be careful dieting because that can be really dangerous. You don't want to deal with deprivation. That could lead to weight loss. So she's on Cameo, surprise, surprise, and she hit payday. We all hit payday. And so Chantal has an interesting pre- and post-payday kind of things that pop up. It's not every month, but it's most of them. So we'll poke at a few of those. So, the bed defense. Now, it's not news that Chantal's fat. If you're surprised, welcome. Please subscribe. that she's a big person and has always pretty much been a big person from stuff she had showed us. Why? Childhood trauma, rampant gluttony. Is she trying to cope with a previous trauma by dealing with food? However she's coping, it's the most obnoxious way possible. When I was in 12-step circles, I had they call them a sponsor, and had said, it's easy to love the lovable ones, because in that community, you're supposed to extend yourself to a new person in the group, welcome them, let them share some time, let them listen, and things like that. And she would never take that kind of direction from anybody, let alone someone she met at a support group. But that kind of mentoring does help sometimes in certain situations. I mean, it definitely can. So my addiction is mine, and what I do to manage it is what I do to manage it. And as long as I'm still popping up on camera, I guess I'm working. If I'm this side of the dirt, it's a good start. Chantal explains that she has bed, and says that what we watch when we're watching her do mukbangs, where she's eating food for 3 or 4 people, whether it's a cheesesteak, a burger, and fries, a whole chicken with a little bit of sides, or anything like that. So she's been filming it, been putting it up, and since she doesn't leave the house, I can only assume that both the diet meals and the fast food come vis-a-vis Natter, who never stays for lunch. So if there's nothing weird or abnormal about it, why wouldn't your husband just come with you and eat? I think he ruins it for the viewers who are just there for Chantal and her messy food, if you know what I mean. I don't mean to kink shame, but it's disgusting and I don't get it. Sorry.
I just want to eat.
Now, also, just to put things in perspective as far as things that I personally, me, Steve, find disgusting, I understand that there are plenty of people in the world that think guys like Mark and I should be chucked off the roof. So I can put in context that my behavior has a little bit of maybe disdain around it too. But I would also argue that homosexuality is more accepted than feeder shit. Just a thought. So YouTube put out, I'm going to say it was over a month ago now, new policies around ED discussion, food issues, diagnosable food issues, and discussions about it. I wonder who gets on who's getting lined up to get shot as far as their channels go. And I'm thinking of the usuals like Eugenia Cooney, and people that are on the smaller side. And Chantal said she believes that that's the kind of content that YouTube's looking to eliminate, not the kind of content she's doing. Now, just because she has a bed, which the last 2 words are the issue, she tries to defend herself by saying she has that food issue. But she also tries to say that she's better off overeating. So when she orders enough food for 3-4 people, that is better for her, because if she feels deprived, she's going to binge, which we don't see and haven't seen. But if we're doing OMAD and then binging outside of eating, and then you throw in a diet box here and there, no one's going to lose any weight. You're getting like 4,000 calories a day. To be around 400, you've got to put down 4,000 minimum a day just to stay at that weight. Chantal could cut down to 2,500 calories and probably lose 3 pounds a week, 4 pounds a week, consistently. But she wouldn't do that. She couldn't do it. She won't do it. But the idea in her head that she could if she wanted to satisfies her that she is on the same playing field as everybody else. So, the new ET policies, the concern was that she would be filming mukbangs. And while she's filming those, she's a person who identifies with her paperwork, thank you, Chantal, that she has some diagnosable food issues, and that she's going a more holistic route. Read Google stuff, post it in the video, and pretend that what I thought of is backed up by anyone reputable. Look, eat less. It's not news. And Chantal's health looks like it's kind of declining a little bit, visibly. Even a healthy person at a healthy weight probably shouldn't stay inside for months on end. Should probably get out at some point instead of sitting in a little fart box. Like, why? The space she's created for filming is like, why even live where you live? You might as well move to Akron if you're just going to close up the windows, sit on the floor, and eat. And Mark and I don't spend 24/7 together, so every time he's not on camera, I'm not thinking, where's your man, Chantal? But after a while, I start to wonder, but he was the reason she moved. And where is he? And now that the novelty's kind of wearing off, we see less of him. And I think it's probably easier to just throw some fast food at her, let her pay a couple bills, and drop by every so often to see how she's doing. And I suspect the relationship is closer to that than him, taking her out. He doesn't exactly show her off. And we can be modest when we want and not other times. So modest Miriam doesn't have any problem wiping her face with her abaya. But she does have a problem going out and, there's nobody out when they're out. They go out late at night. Now it's hot there. I probably wouldn't go out till nighttime if it was 120 during the day. But I also wouldn't select to live in a part of the world that is particularly hotter because heat and big folks don't mix. You get chafing, you get rashes, you smell. I don't care how much you wash yourself. If you're 300 pounds plus, you can't get to everywhere. And Chantal, I suspect, though I don't know, because she's admitted she's needed help before dressing, I wonder if she would need help as well cleaning, because if she can't reach her feet to put her socks on, how can she reach them to wash them? So, whatever. But her bottom line explanation is that, yes, she has a food issue, but it happens off camera, so you can't say she doesn't because you would never see it. Part of the criteria for the binge eating is that it can be done in secret. That is not the only criteria, though. Okay. She also gets something out of the fact that she gets attention for doing it. She kind of likes I'm going to gross you out and you can't do anything about it, and I'm going to live my life and do what I want. Live your life. French fry girl will be smoking at your funeral. So I know she has a lot to say about how other people aren't being healthy, and then, we'll go in next to Hungry Fat Chicken Nikocado too. She can't even be happy for someone who has a similar condition. She's very cautious of losing weight. It's not good for people with food issues to diet. So this is better instead. Let's just eat whatever we want, shoot from the hip, wait till the clothes don't fit, take that as a cue to go get another tarp. So Chantal is now going to be on Cameo. Now, Cameo, from my research, and there's a couple other things, companies that do the same thing. It allows individuals or organizations to purchase a personalized message greeting, something from a celebrity, so you can gift that to someone. I could gift to Mark talking to Stevie Nicks for however the hell much Stevie Nicks would charge, and leave a personalized short video message for him. And you pay through the nose, and the bigger the star, you pay more. So Chantal, because Lindsay Lohan has one for herself. Now, I don't know who's going to pay that much. It's like $25, I think. Who's going to pay that? Carrot Top costs less. You should see the D-listers that are on Cameo. It's people who were one-hit wonders in the 90s. They were the youngest living survivor of some show that was on in the 70s. The kind of people that would be on shows that are on the Preview Guide channel. Those kind of D-lister weight loss shows. So it has a kind of people that run in that circle. It's like Tori Spelling's husband, Carney Wilson from Wilson Phillips, people that kind of dip in and out of the D-list reality shows like Celebrity Rehab and Celebrity Fit Challenge and Celebrity Cook-Off and all those kind of shows. The people who show up in that circle show up on Cameo. So, and I wouldn't even pay that much to talk to, what was her name? I forget. She was on 227. The show. I forget. So people do it. It's a thing. Is anyone going to know who Chantal is or why they'd want it from her? If they're a fan or they know someone who is, they might do that and send her one. But I can't see it being a regular source of income for her in the way that the memberships were, or anything like that. So I don't know who's going to be purchasing a Cameo from Foodie Beauty. What would she say? Hey, I heard you like me a lot, so you're welcome. And that's it. That's going to be $25. That'll be the whole video. I don't think anyone's going to get it, but whatever. What that kind of goes into next also is this idea of, I got to hurry up and make some money fast.
It's so hot.
I know, it's another scorcher.
Oh, it is. I'm kind of longing for those cooler days of winter. You know, like shorter days and frost and little snow, tinsel, holly, presents, Santa, Christmas.
Oh, no.
So we're right around payday. We got paid yesterday, the 21st-ish. I know some people it's before, after, or sometimes on a totally different pay schedule altogether. But that's about the time it comes. Now with Chantal, there is a lead up and then the after payday thing. So as we get closer to payday, because money's no issue, we start eating cheap ass homemade food. So frozen French fries, ramen noodles, just stuff like that. Very, more, I don't want to say wholesome, more closer to home cooked type stuff. And she'll eat that and plow through it. And then we go into payday. So after payday, whatever bills are paid, his car payment, his this, his that, she has just then whatever's left. But it probably looks like a lot, considering it's, your payday. And she makes easily in the thousands, depending on the month. Easily into the mid-thousands, I would say. And when the going gets tough, the tough get eating. So that's what she's been deciding to do. She comes up with the idea, and I think Cameo tied into it, that after payday, if money wasn't all that they expected or could have been, or if Salah had words about how much she made, and the way she goes about making it, he might have his own ideas for what works on YouTube, and I'm not saying that her style of content's respectable, I don't think it is, but you can't argue with popularity. She's a person monetizing this kind of content to live her life, and that's whatever, that's cool. I'm part of the contribution circle. If any of us talk about her, it, kind of does that. But I'm happy to wave a caution flag as someone who's been fat. And she would be in her best interest to talk to Candy or Nikocado and say, hey, how are you guys keeping your channels losing weight? You get to be healthy and have a big audience? No one's going to sit around and watch Chantal. I mean, the views are going to get less and less and less over time. And just wait till YouTube does a big sweep of dead accounts. I think we're probably going to see that 90,000 drop down to like 40 to 60, probably. That's my guess if they got rid of all the old accounts. So she is not going to respond well to Hungry Fat Chicken and Cacao. If they gain 1 pound, she's going to be all over it. She's going to start following them because she wants to predict what she thinks. She always says, someone else is doing something to make money, I'll do that. But she doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't get what's being done anyway. And if Chantal came out and lost 40 pounds on anything but snow, I would be real. That was the only thing that ever worked for her. Why? Because it was quick, no effort, and didn't have to do anything else about it, and she dropped a bunch of weight. She's clearly gained it all back, plus some. I mean, she can say what she wants. If that's the greasy hill she wants to die on, sure. I was only 400 pounds. I was only 370. It's 3 times the size of a person. It doesn't get less shocking the more often you say it. Everyone can see this but her. She's going to be the last to know about all of it. And I hate that we would tread into Life by Jen territory, rest in peace, but a lot of the things look similar between the two of them, And, Mark and I knew Jen, more than acquaintances, less than friends, from online and chit-chatting and stuff like that. She sent us a heating pad one time. It was very, very nice of her. And she passed. And there's a lot of things that you can see parallel there if you had followed it between Salah and Chantal. It's not that he wants her dead. He just knows that the closest thing bringing her to that is obesity. And, he cares about her, but $200 is $200. So, hey, keep eating. So, I don't know. The Cameo thing, I think, is just going to go the way of everything else that comes around on payday. There goes the postcard club, which is stealing. The other things that she had promised, there's always a varying tier of membership for the channel. They would go with the super cheap tier. It was like $1.99. and then more to get more. You never get more if you pay more. You never get more if you pay more. Never. Chantal only has so much to give. She can't do everything for everyone. She can't do all of this and be an advocate for plus size folks and be an advocate for abuse victims and. She's very, very busy. She doesn't have time for any of this. She has an appointment with an Ashie.
How do you make brown sugar from scratch? You just cook white sugar?
So bringing this all kind of back together, where do we go from here? Well, I do think she's going to keep half an eye and have some snotty comments about Hungry Fat Chicken and Cacado because they're doing something she can't do, which is make content that people will watch and not have to make her pig out of herself to do it. Those two did, necessarily. Not so much Candy, but Nikocado, but he's kind of a mess anyway. And I think she'll keep an eye on that because Chantal's always looking to see if someone else is doing something similar to her and if she thinks they're doing it better or worse. Each one of them could drop 100 pounds, and Chantal Wood putting out cautionary red flag videos about how losing weight only leads to gaining weight. So I tried to tell you. So keeping up with the Joneses, she'll do. More mukbangs, and it's going to be busy this week because it's the first after payday, so there's that full push that she gets early in the month when it's like, I'm just going to make a bunch of money, we're going to bang out some mukbangs, I'm going to do a few lives. And she gets on her hustle really, really quick. Starts a new program, some way to suck up money, some other stream of income that's going to come in because she's doing so well that she has to split it over so many places. I can see wanting to diversify. I mean, that makes sense to me in any business, most. But she puts out there that she will be more available to people, sells that availability as a promise, and then isn't there, isn't available, doesn't show up, and has no sense of personal responsibility as far as, hey, you paid me for something I couldn't give you, here's your money back, rather than I got mine, screw you. I think people can taste that through the camera. And it's the reason that Chantal, even if she did start to lose weight, still wouldn't get the support of that HFC and Nikocado are getting because of her personality. Being overweight, super morbidly obese, is actually the least of her problems. It's her mouth and her attitude that are going to make her life hell. And she'll continue to blame everybody else and talk about stories of, because she's done nothing in 20 years, talk about stuff she did that long ago, and see who's going to hang around. She gained a bunch of subs recently, but Chantal buys subs, so you can't really tell. The one time she bought 600 at a clip. She went over 600 subs up overnight, and then by the next afternoon, they were all gone. Now, how does that happen? That's kind of like the less flattering side. You know, you wouldn't think a YouTuber as big as her would have to buy subs to save face. You know, we're all supposed to be jealous of that almost 100,000. And, you know, a lot of work goes into that. And certainly I would love to be able to do what I love all day and get paid for it too. I do most of that at my other real 9-to-5 job. So she'll keep eating. Keep eating, so I'll keep bringing it. I think we're going to be disappearing soon. I think she's going to have to travel in the near future. Last time she was real on the low. Oh, I had to do this. Oh, I couldn't tell you my citizenship status. If I told you I was driving legally or illegally or this or that or that. Aside from one trip to Starbucks, she's pretty much homebound, especially on her own. Sala's going to essentially be a CNA, the way Pete was. And he's going to have to do all that stuff. Because if you love me and you're my husband, you'll do that. Anyway, so thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here. I'm a little hotter under the collar about her than some other times. So I hope I was able to share with you what went on this week as best I could. And we'll check in again next week and see where this goes. So thank y'all for joining and thank y'all for watching. Please do subscribe. Notification bell. You get alerts when we have new videos and go live. We're on Twitter at SmokeySteveA, Instagram, SmokeySteveandmarc, Facebook, SmokeySteve_and_Marc, email address, contact info, all that's below as well. Thank you, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow night. We're going live at 6 p.m. Eastern, I believe. We'll double check on that and we'll confirm tomorrow during the day. And otherwise, we'll catch you next week. So thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and y'all take care of yourselves. Bye. Say bye, Mark. Bye.